Yo, what is going on, yo? Veer up here. Today what we got going on, as you guys see by the title of this video, we'll be talking about Kyrie Irving and his return to the Brooklyn Nets. Now, this, in my opinion, is a huge storyline for the rest of the NBA season. Obviously, Kyrie Irving has not played a basketball game since November 14th for the Brooklyn Nets. He missed 26 straight games, you guys. So this is a huge deal for Kyrie Irving to come back and play for the Brooklyn Nets. He made his first debut on January 12th. Last Sunday against the Atlanta Hawks in Brooklyn, y'all, and I did watch the game, and I was really impressed on how the Brooklyn Nets played against the Atlanta Hawks. You start off in the first quarter, and it is an amazing start for them, y'all. Winning the quarter 37-16, I was really impressed on how well they played the Hawks from a defensive standpoint. Obviously, the Hawks did not have Trae Young in that night, but it was a very solid defensive performance. I was really impressed with the starters like Taurean Prince, Joe Harris, and Jared Allen, all helping Kyrie Irving get his 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists in only 20 minutes played. We go into the second quarter. The Nets continue having an amazing offensive performance, scoring 33 points in that quarter. Going into that with 70 points, they finished the game winning by 22 of a final score of 108-86. Kyrie Irving, like I said, finished with 21, 4, and 3. Shot 10 of 11 from the field in just 20 minutes played. For the rest of the squad, we had Taurean Prince, who finished with 14 and 5 in just 21 minutes. Joe Harris with 11 and 7 in 21 minutes. Jared Allen with a double-double, 10 points, 12 rebounds in 23 minutes. And Spencer Dinwiddie at the shooting guard position finished with 7, 4, and 8 in just 24 minutes played. Off the bench, DeAndre Jordan finished with 13 and 8. Karis LeVert also coming back with 13 and 2. I was really impressed on how well this team played, you guys. Now, looking at the starting lineup that was out there last night, it was Kyrie Irving along with Spencer Dinwiddie, Joe Harris, Taurean Prince, and Jared Allen. This starting lineup, you guys, in my opinion, is one of the best lineups in the entire league, yo. Jared Allen, who's a very young big man, has had some amazing blocks on some very great players in this league. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Blake Griffin, LeBron James, James Harden. The list goes on and on. I am so impressed on how well he is playing this year, averaging 12 and 10. I would like his numbers to go more from an offensive standpoint, but you cannot forget how much he gives for that team from the defensive level. And then you also have Taurean Prince, who's having an amazing year. No one is talking about how well he is playing, y'all. 22 points per game along with 6 assists a night. Joe Harris giving them 14 a night. Spencer Dinwiddie playing well also, averaging 22 points a night. He has been the starting shooting guard throughout the entire season for this team. Last year, he was a backup point guard behind D'Angelo Russell. I think you insert him into this lineup, and he gives you a lot of playmaking, a lot of scoring, and he helps Kyrie carry the load from a playmaking / run the offense perspective. I am beyond impressed with this team, you guys. They are currently 7th in the Eastern Conference with a record of 18 and 20. You look at the schedule before the break, y'all. They have 15 more games left until the All-Star break, and it is a pretty difficult schedule. You have 2 games against the 76ers, a game against Milwaukee, a game against the Jazz, a game against the Lakers, 2 games against Toronto, and then a game against the Pacers. If you look at the schedule, you guys, I mapped out the games that I think they would win, and I think they would win around 8 or 9 games. So that would put them at a record of 9 and 6. You add that to the record that they currently have, and they would be at 27 and 26. As of right now, y'all, they are currently 7th in the in the Eastern Conference of a record of 18 and 20. They are 5.5 games out of the 6th seed and 4.5 in from the 9th seed. It is a pretty safe bet to say that this team will make the playoffs. What I really like is seeing Karis LeVert come back slowly after having thumb surgery back in early November. He hasn't been getting that many minutes as of late. He's played a few games here and there, but overall, it is really good to see this team healthy. I'm going to tell you guys straight up, Kevin Durant will not be playing this year, y'all. Kevin Durant will not be making a return this year, you guys. But looking at this team right now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am really impressed with this squad. I know the record doesn't say that they've been doing good, but you figure you're without Kyrie Irving, you're without Kevin Durant, you take away D'Angelo Russell from that team, so you basically have the team that you had last year, include a DeAndre Jordan who come off the bench and only give you 20 minutes a night, who's aging, and you don't have Kyrie Irving, you don't have Kevin Durant. For what this team has, I am impressed that they are currently 7th in the Eastern Conference. And now you add Kyrie Irving, who I know a lot of people doubt, a lot of people that have made a bunch of false arguments, a bunch of fake news headlines that Kyrie Irving is a bad teammate, he has bad mental health or something like that. Fam, I'm a huge Kyrie Irving fan. I am a huge Kyrie Irving fan. I followed him even before LeBron went back to Cleveland. I've loved seeing his progression throughout his career. I remember when he got his first sneaker deal, the Kyrie Run. That was the first shoe that I got that year for school. And seeing his progression from there, yo, I know this dude can be a leader. I know this dude can be the first scoring option on a playoff team. Can he be the first scoring option on a championship team? I do not think so. But I know he can play a pivotal role on a team winning a championship. And to all y'all that doubted Kyrie throughout the years, every single time he played against y'all's best point guard, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, John Wall, he outplayed him when it mattered most. He outplayed him when it mattered most, you guys. I just want y'all to remember that this dude is made for the spotlight. This dude is made for ABC Saturday night primetime games. This dude is made for the big shot. He's one of those players that you cannot count out in any situation. So going into these playoffs, you guys, I think they're not going to get to the 6th seed. I could legitimately, I know they have 46 games left to play, but I can see them being the 7th seed going into the playoffs. I don't think they're going to jump the Pacers or the Sixers or the Raptors, whoever finishes as the 6th seed. I don't think they're going to fall to the 8th seed. I don't think the Hornets are going to pass them up or whoever finishes at the 8. And there's no way that they're going to drop to the 9. I think these next 46 games, they have the 12th toughest schedule remaining. But I still see them being pretty consistent, winning around maybe 28 of those games. So they would finish with about 45 wins, I would say 45, 46. And I think that's a really good record, y'all. But I don't think it's enough to get them a top 6 seed because I think the Bucks are going to stay where they are. And then I think the mix between Boston, Miami, Philly, Toronto, and Indy are all going to stay. And then the final 2 spots will be between the Nets and whoever comes out as the 8th seed. Whether, you know, the Knicks start to heat things up like they have a 2-game winning streak. The Hornets start to play well. We'll see who finishes at the 8th. But I'm telling you guys, you cannot count out Kyrie Irving, you know. Kyrie Irving has only played 12 games now this year, averaging 28 a game. If you watch the highlight from last night, I was so impressed on how efficient he was. And what is going to matter most for Kyrie Irving in this situation that he is in Brooklyn right now without a Kevin Durant is being a scorer, but also a playmaker. It is so important for him to be a playmaker in this situation, you guys, because we know Kyrie can hoop. We know Kyrie is going to get his own buckets, but if he can get other players involved, so when the playoffs come, like the Bucks did on him last year in the playoffs, what he did not do the Boston Celtics, they tried multiple times throughout the entire year, the Boston Celtics, to just play hero ball. Lots of isolation. You look at the Celtics now, it's a completely, entirely different offense. So when Kyrie started to wear down, when they started to put Eric Bledsoe and very fierce defenders on him, other players couldn't do anything. Jason Tatum had a terrible playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks. Jaylen Brown didn't do anything. Gordon Hayward didn't do anything. So if he can get other players involved and have players like Spencer Dinwiddie gain confidence on the offensive end and give you over 20 points a night like he has been giving this year through 38 games, if Jared Allen can give you a double-double and play aggressive, if players like DeAndre Jordan, a veteran that can step it up and still average 10 rebounds a night in 21 minutes that he has done this year, I legitimately feel like this team can make it to the second round. I think that is their ceiling for this year. I don't think they'll be able to beat the Sixers or the Bucks, but I think they can compete with them. Then going into next year, that's an entirely different video. Because, fam, you guys know I'm a little intimidated by Kevin Durant. We'll see what happens, though, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, do not count out the Brooklyn Nets, you guys. Do not count out the Brooklyn Nets. I think they will. I think depending on who they play in the first round, they will win one playoff series. If they advance to the second round, y'all, I think this will be a very, very nice season. Very accomplished season for the Brooklyn Nets without Kevin Durant. You go into next season with Kevin Durant over a full year of therapy. I think it's going to be amazing, y'all. And as for Kyrie Irving, like I said, I expect him to have a strong finish to this year and remind y'all that he is a top-tier point guard in this league, and people forget about that. When he wants to play defense, he can play defense, y'all. I've seen him do it before on Steph Curry, who y'all said is better than LeBron James in 2016. Remember that, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Stay blessed. All love 2020. Keep being yourself. Keep being who you are. If you're out this thing, trust God, trust yourself. If you're out this thing, y'all.